So let's talk about the functions of bones, and then we'll come up with kind of specific examples for how each of these functions work. The first one is support. So try to think of an example of a bone that supports your body. The second is protection. Try to think of a bone or a set of bones that help to protect different structures in your body. The third function of bones is movement. How do you suppose that works? How is it that a bone actually moves? The fourth functions of bones is mineral storage. Try to think of a mineral that is stored within the bones. And the fifth function of bones, which I think is the weirdest one, is blood cell formation. The blood cells are actually born within the bones. Pretty interesting. So there are some implications to this. Think of a bone marrow transplant, for example. Now, I want to talk about structures that all bones have before we get into the nitty-gritty of exactly how, like what a long bone looks like and all the little details about different structures within the long bone. I want to suggest to you that all bones have a type of bone called compact bone, and all bones have another type of bone called cancellous bone. Now, right now, we're showing just one of the bones of the skull, which, by the way, is a flat bone. You can see that it's thin, flattened, and curved. But you can see within there's two different, very distinctive looking types of bone. Compact bone around the outside, and cancellous bone, or spongy bone, in the middle. And you can see that it actually looks like a sponge. So compact bone is the external layer of bone. There's very few air spaces. There's an extensive blood supply, living cells, and neurons found in compact bone. In the next video, we're going to be talking about the structure of a long bone, and this is going to come up, but I think the video after that will be talking about the specific way that compact bone is put together, and there we're going to be looking at a Haversian system or an osteon, which we also discussed in lab. Okay, so that's compact bone. Cancellous bone, also called spongy bone, is a honeycomb of small needle-like or flat pieces. These little structures in between are called trabeculae, and these are filled with yellow, or more importantly, red bone marrow. Please keep in mind the red bone marrow, it's exceptionally important. This is primarily where blood cell formation occurs.